I've interviewed quite a lot of people for the role of a Scrum Master throughout the years. Today I'm going to share in this video 6 of my favorite questions to ask during an interview, together with the answers I'm expecting to get from the interviewee. This video will be from my point of view, the interviewer's point of view, so that you, the interviewee, can get in my mind and know the answers. Question number 1. What does people over processes look like in practice? This question talks about the first value of the Agile Manifesto: individuals and interactions over processes and tools. I like this question a lot because the interviewee can really demonstrate what they know about Agile, and you can get a feel on how they think. Valuing people over processes is hard to do. It's complex, but do they make it sound simple? I feel that it's a trick question in a sense that there's the Scrum Guide, the Bible of Scrum, that you need to follow. There's processes in it, principles in it, and it's immutable. You need to follow it as per the book. If you don't do that, you're not using Scrum, and you won't be getting the benefits, or you might not be getting the benefits of Scrum. So you got the Scrum Guide with the processes. Now, what if people in the team, they don't want to use the processes? The people don't want to use the processes mentioned in the Scrum Guide. How do you handle this type of conflicts? In this scenario, do they still put people over processes and tools? If yes, how will they do it? The whole point of this value is to put the processes, the tools, to the service of the people, of the processes and tools, helping people collaborate in the team, people being self-managed, people thinking, brainstorming, working together, delivering value, delivering products frequently, early, getting feedback, all these things helping us do Scrum better so that we can get the benefits of Scrum. If the processes, the tools are slowing down the team, that we can't interact with each other because we need to formalize it in tools and all that, it's slowing down the team, obviously. It should be thrown away. This is what processes and tools to the service of the people looks like. Question number 2. A team member has stopped attending the daily Scrum. What do you do here? I want the interviewee to share their understanding of Scrum, of a daily Scrum, the importance of a daily Scrum, and what a team member frequently not attending, or multiple team members frequently not attending the daily Scrum will cause to the person, to the team, and to the product in the short term, in the long term. I would answer this question by simply saying that I'll share the importance, why we need to attend the daily Scrum and all that, and say that I would do one-to-one sessions with a person, until I find out why they are not attending. It might take 15 minutes, it might take 5 minutes, it might take a few hours. I don't care. I need to find out why they are not attending the session. Multiple reasons. Maybe they don't understand the daily Scrum. What should they do? Their interactions during the daily Scrum, they don't know what to say. That's totally fine. You're here to teach and coach the person. That's fine. Maybe they don't get the value beyond the daily Scrum. They don't understand why it's important. Coach them, teach them on the importance of a daily Scrum. You're not here to force the person. No, far from that. You're here to support and serve the person. In this sense, you're here to teach the person on the importance of a daily Scrum and coach the person. Question number 3. How do you handle new requirements, scope changes, unplanned work in the middle of a sprint? What I want the interviewee to share is their understanding of a sprint planning in terms of velocity, estimations, product backlog refinement, the product backlog in terms of priority. How are all these things decided? Who does what? What's the role of everyone in the team? And then the sprint starts. How do we handle the unplanned work? What does it mean to be unplanned? What's that new requirement thing? How does it impact the estimations, the velocity? Do we look at the requirements in terms of priority, or do we just do it? If you want to know how to answer this question, the perfect answer, watch this video right here. Number 4, your team's velocity drops over the course of several sprints. What do you do? Typically, when this happens in real life, management, stakeholders will ask the Scrum Master for answers. I want the interviewee to really be comfortable in answering, in handling, in managing these stakeholders in these kinds of scenarios. First, velocity is a measure of a Scrum team's capacity to complete work in a sprint. Now, something that many stakeholders have a hard time to understand. Velocity is way more of a planning tool than a tool to measure productivity. It's used to plan work, how much work we can get done in the next coming months. It's used for that, not used to measure the productivity of a team, because it can be simply manipulated by the team. If a team knows that you're starting to measure their productivity, maybe linking a bonus to that. If you increase your velocity by X number of percentage or X number of points, by the end of the year, you get a bonus. That's the worst thing to do, because the team will simply increase it just like that, because they can do it. It can be easily manipulated. Or even worse, they will start cranking out publishing stories, user stories, tasks as fast as possible, ignoring quality or ignoring technical debt. That's even worse. Why are you even measuring productivity of a team using velocity? What are you trying to achieve? Agile principle number 1, our highest priority is to satisfy the customer through early and continuous delivery of working software, valuable software. This is how you measure progress. This is the number 1 thing that you should be measuring in your team. Are we delivering early? Are we releasing stuff frequently, continuously? Are our customers using that? Are they loving it? Not the productivity of a team. Question number 5. What would you do if a team member is unable to complete a task during a sprint? I would answer this question the same way I answer the daily Scrum question. One-to-one session with a person, really trying to understand why, what happened. Maybe they lacked skills, lacked knowledge. What really happened? Maybe they have personal issues. You need to help them, coach them. Really understand why, what's happening in their world, and then you come with a fix or a suggestion. You're not forcing the person to complete this issue. You're not telling the person to do overtime. I really want to know here is, how is work being distributed? Because this person was unable to complete work, but why was not the team helping this person? I really want to know the interviewee's point of view on self-management. How is a team supposed to be working in a sprint? Individual goals or a single sprint goal that the team is working together to accomplish? It's not the task of an individual. This person was not able to complete their task. This question is a trick question. It's wrong. It's not the task of a person. It's the task of a team. Why didn't the team help to accomplish it? Better question. Question number 6. How do you track each team member's daily task? It's a trick question. There's an assumption here. How do you track? So the assumption is that you're tracking, that you should be tracking. And when people hear tracking, they automatically assume that we are sort of micromanaging people, that we are managing people, that we are tracking work, ensuring that they are doing work. Very far from the role of a Scrum Master. The Scrum Master is not a task manager or a people manager. No, they are here to support the team in being self-managed. It doesn't mean that we shouldn't be tracking work. Now let's go to tracking work. Transparency, extremely important. All the work needs to be visible because it's a team effort. We are trying to accomplish a sprint goal. It's not individuals working. No, it's a team working. So work should be visible on a board somewhere. We should know when something needs attention. People need help. It should be visible. When people need or collaborating, it should be visible. Obviously, not slowing down. We shouldn't be using a tool that slows down the team. No, obviously not. People, interactions over processes and tools. But the work needs to be visible. At any point in time, I want to know how much work is remaining until we attain the sprint goal, who is working on what and who needs help. Everyone in the team should be able to know that. We need to be tracking work. Doesn't mean that we are micromanaging people, telling people what to do, forcing people to do it. No, obviously not. The team should be self-managed, but it's a single team, not individual members working in their silo. No, obviously not. A single team, a single goal, working together, collaborating together. Which brings me to my next point. If you want more tips, insights on Agile, Scrum, personal growth, click on the video that stands out the most on the screen right now, and I'll see you in a few seconds.